Hello again, my name's Gabe Zollner. This is the 23rd of November 2017. Just read an interesting article in the Washington Examiner. I'll attach the link. The title, Trump is taking a big risk on Roy Moore in Alabama. Well, he really had no choice. I mean, what choice did he have? If he didn't get behind and start supporting Judge Roy Moore, the likelihood is a Democrat will take that state. And if you watch some of my current videos, you know what I've said about every seat being critical. We actually need around 55, 56 seats to offset the rhinos. And there are rhinos, which is really sad. The article, again, is interesting, but it's somewhat misleading. Again, President Trump had no choice. Alabama Republican Senate candidate Roy Moore lost the campaign communications director the day after he gained a quasi-endorsement from the President of the United States. After weeks of mixed messages from the White House, President Trump finally threw Moore a pre-Thanksgiving lifeline. He told Alabama Republicans to vote against Moore's Democratic opponent, Doug Jones, a quote-unquote liberal person, and he repeated that Moore has denied all the allegations of sexual misconduct that have been made against the socially conservative former state judge. Keep in mind that these allegations took place 40 years ago, and the age of consent is 16 in Alabama, and it was that back then as well. So asking a 16 or an 18-year-old girl to go on a date, if you're 30, is no big deal. Keep in mind, President Trump's 24 years, Miliana's senior. If Trump stopped just short of endorsing Moore's candidacy, he nevertheless endorsed those denials. 40 years is a long time. He's run 8 races, and this has never come up, the president said. All you can do is, you have to do what you have to do. Moore totally denies it. Trump even suggested he might be willing to campaign for Moore ahead of the December 12th special election. Even though White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders has said the president was on board with the National GOP's decision to pull the plug on the embattled Senate candidate. The president is taking a big risk here. Neither the facts nor the number of allegations against Moore have gotten better, despite the frequency with which his campaign has hinted it may be able to show one accuser's yearbook signature for Moore was a forgery. Well, they can't show it to be a forgery unless it's turned over, and they've asked it to be turned over. I'm referring to the school book. Folks, we'll see how this thing unfolds. You know what's wrong again is polls. Rear Clear Politics polling average for the race by 0.8 points. Jones is leading Moore. But what do polls mean? Nothing. Remember the governor race, and I think it was Kentucky? They said that the Republican had no chance. Well, guess who's in office in Kentucky? A Republican. Polls are worthless. They should be outlawed. That's sort of what I think. We'll see what happens to Judge Roy Moore, won't we? I think President Trump will go and campaign for him. He doesn't have much of a choice, does he?